seem like we feel the same. We love what we hate. We lie, but we know we can't. Why do it?
How to wait for the things we want with a good attitude. Hello friends, this is Yundel, and today's share is about how can we wait for the things we want with a good attitude. This is just a share from my own reading and of course from my own life experiences. I read every day to inspire myself, to motivate myself, to keep on going, especially when I am struggling with my illness. This is my purpose of reading, to help myself, and it really helps me, and I hope it can help you too. Therefore, I am sharing this with you. Many times we are frustrated. We are not patient. We want to get right away what we want. But we have to understand that there is a period of waiting time. We must learn how to wait in order for us to get what we want. And how can we do that with a good attitude? In my experiences, what I want, I ask God for the things I needed. I ask God, I pray for it, I meditate about it, I keep dwelling it on my mind. To have a good attitude in the waiting period of time, we must trust the Lord that He is working for us, and He will give that to us in a perfect divine timing. You have to understand that everything has a timing. Everything needs times. Of course, there are times we cannot get what we want for a reason. But believe me, if you stay in a good attitude, believing that you deserve what you are asking, you can have it. But you need to be humble. You need to be more patient. You need to work on with yourself that your time will come. You must understand that in your life, there is a divine, perfect timing in everything. You have to understand that in this life journey, we cannot just get what we want right away. Of course not. We have to work for it. We have to do something for it. We must deserve what we want. When you can have that, believe me, you feel good and secure with yourself that you get it for the right time, you get that thing for the right reason. Therefore, you have to stay in a good attitude while waiting for the thing you want to have. Just understand while waiting, is that really the thing you want? Ask question to yourself. What you can do when the thing you want will come that can satisfy you or that can give you discontentment. All those things must be considered. You have to understand and think if this thing is good for you or not. It is very important that you are wise enough to decide why you want this thing and why you want to have it. You have to think for the reason why you want that certain thing, and you can only answer that question from the bottom of your heart, knowing why you want that thing. To wait for the things we want with a good attitude, we must accept all the uncomfortable period of time. Sometimes the only thing you can do in a waiting situation is to simply take things at face value. Take your time off of the waiting. Review what's really important to you. Look for the past for some perspective. You have to learn to wait for things and be mindful what is going on with your mind. Yes, there are some reasons we need to wait for the things we want, and by that, we must not be distressed. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings when you are forced to wait. Practice waiting with patience. Reward yourself when you're able to wait successfully. You have to understand the struggle of waiting. Waiting is hard because it requires us to be patient, which isn't always our natural state. We live in a fast-paced world where we're used to getting what we want when we want it. Waiting can feel like a waste of time, especially when we're anxious and excited the outcome of it. We must learn to reduce the anxiety while we are waiting, develop awareness and self-compassion, introduce sensory support, breathe deeply, go for a walk out here in the nature, redirect your focus, try different techniques. You must understand as well the psychology of waiting. From a psychological angle, we think of waiting in two phases. There's an active waiting and the passive waiting. Active waiting occurs when we are engaged in an activity so we can often lose track on time. On the other hand, passive waiting is when we don't have control over the waiting time. That you have to understand too. We must also learn to tolerate waiting. Focus on the present rather than constantly worrying about the future or the outcome. Practice mindfulness and bring your attention to the present moment. Engage in activities that help you stay grounded, such as meditation, deep breathing, exercise, and immersing yourself in the enjoyable task. You have to stop worrying while you are in a waiting period of time. Mindfulness is an essential part of reducing anxiety and stress during the waiting period. It's important to stay present in the moment and focus on your life right now. It helps us to reduce worry and negative thoughts. Mindfulness can help you by stopping thoughts of uncertainty. You must as well control your emotions for waiting, because the longer the wait, the more likely we are experience negative emotions such as boredom, frustration, and anger. The uncertainty of the wait is unexplainable sometimes, but control your emotion. If we don't know how long we will have to wait, we are more likely to experience negative emotions. Therefore, you have to be mindful to reduce the anxiety and stress during the waiting period of time. Yes, in my case here, to have a good attitude while I am in the waiting period of time, mindfulness, meditation, and do something enjoyable things for myself. Do something that you cannot just keep on thinking of that thing you are waiting for. So enjoy yourself in some other thing. You have to control yourself, you have to control your emotions, and that waiting period of time suddenly will become short if you are enjoying yourself with some other thing first. Believe me, you have to control your anger, you have to control your anxiety, your emotions. Don't keep so excited. You know already what are those things you are waiting for, and it will come to you when you can control yourself and enjoy the moment. Be present at the moment, focus on the moment, and it will just come to you suddenly. That is about waiting with a good attitude. This is Yundel. Thank you for listening. Thank you for dropping here in my channel. I am very grateful to each and every one of you. I love you all, and bye-bye.
Like we feel the same, we